Welcome to our video exploring near-death experiences and the unique life changes that survivors have undergone. In this video, we will delve into the miraculous findings revealed by research through the narratives of those who have experienced states near death. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to follow our fascinating content. Let's get started right now. They regarded death lightly. Randy Schaefer recalls the year 1969 when he was 16 years old, waking up at 4 a.m. startled by his mother's scream. The family was staying at a hotel on vacation in New Jersey, USA, and his father was having a heart attack. Despite administering CPR orally, his father did not respond. He ran into the hallway, banging on doors for help, but no one came to their aid. That night, his father passed away. Since then, every time he thought about his father, he felt guilt and fear, along with contemplating his own death. In March of 2020, at the age of 70, he contracted COVID-19. After being hospitalized, he was sedated and put on a ventilator, remaining in a state of unconsciousness for almost a month. Eventually, he survived the treatment with plasma. When his daughter Lisa was allowed to stay in the hospital room to take care of him, that's when he shared his near-death experience. He asserted that he was conscious even while in a coma. He described passing through a warm, lighted tunnel leading to a large room with arched windows and stained glass, flooding with loving light. A dignified man approached, telling him that he did not belong there and must leave. He passed through a giant oak door into a city plated with gold. It resembled Paris, but was more beautiful and pure. The grass in the park had an unusually deep green color. Suddenly, he realized he didn't know where he was, how to return, and felt disoriented. He recounted, "I remember sitting down, starting to panic, and then crying." He felt cold and frightened. Suddenly, he saw a large white staircase reaching up to the sky. He climbed the stairs, crawling with his hands and knees. Someone called his name, grabbed his shirt, and pulled him down. Everything turned pitch black, and he woke up. His experience story was broadcast on the National Public Radio, NPR, in the United States. His daughter Lisa thinks it might have been a dream or a hallucination due to high-dose medication. However, Schaefer refuted. The feeling was real. Dad was there. He felt very peaceful and filled with love. He also noticed a significant change in her father's behavior after he came home from the hospital. He seemed to have found new energy, appeared enthusiastic, and more optimistic than before, not living in isolation as he used to. She expressed, "Before contracting COVID-19, my dad never talked about death. There was no talk of a higher power or the afterlife in the house. Now he talks about death with a very comfortable attitude." He openly recounted the night he witnessed his grandfather having a heart attack and passing away. The panic attacks that haunted him since his grandfather's death ceased. He began to delve into religion and prayer regularly. Responding to Newsweek magazine, Bruce Grayson at the University of Virginia, USA, a psychiatrist, commented that making a living by helping patients change their lifestyles is challenging. In contrast, near-death experiences lasting only a few seconds can completely change the attitudes, values, beliefs, and behaviors of survivors. The first time he heard that people who had experienced this were no longer afraid of death, he worried that they might be more prone to suicidal thoughts. However, through research, he found that they had much less inclination towards suicide compared to those who had never had such experiences. He said, "They answer that when they are no longer afraid of death, they are no longer afraid of life either, because they are not afraid of losing everything. They will not be afraid to seize opportunities and live life to the fullest. That makes life more meaningful and satisfying." Living more compassionately without the pursuit of materialism is a common theme among those who have had near-death experiences. These experiences occur across all age groups, but research indicates that the likelihood of such experiences is higher in younger individuals. According to the research by Dr. Pim van Lommel, Netherlands, individuals who have undergone near-death experiences undergo various changes in their lives. 1. They no longer see themselves in the same way, becoming more tolerant towards themselves and others. 2. They become more passionate about acquiring knowledge, delving into scientific and spiritual literature. 3. They develop a heightened sense of empathy towards others, expressing genuine sincerity and abandoning aggressive tendencies. 4. Revised life goals. They reorient their goals, placing less importance on professional careers and material possessions such as wealth, power, reputation, and competition. 5. They value small details in life, relationships with family and friends, and nature. 6. They no longer fear death and assert that it opens the door to another form of existence. 7. There is a tendency for religious beliefs to diminish, making room for a more open and universal spiritual outlook, free from constraints of dogma or tradition. 8. Some become more sensitive to light, sound, touch, and taste. 9. Their intuition appears to develop further, making it easier for them to sense the emotions and challenges of others. Dr. Janice Holden, USA, president of the International Association for Near-Death Studies, IANDS, explains, physically they change their eating habits, avoid meat and sleeping less. I found it interesting that electronic devices malfunction when they are near these individuals. Additionally, there are social changes, such as a higher divorce risk if the survivor was married at the time of the experience. They also undergo career changes, developing new interests in community-oriented professions such as teaching and counseling. Dr. Bruce Grayson notes, these changes do not disappear over time. I have spoken with many people in their 90s who have had near-death experiences in their youth. They say it feels like it happened yesterday, and they can never go back to their old way of life. He recounts, I have witnessed many marriages breaking up because the spouse couldn't tolerate the change. I have seen professional soldiers or police officers unable to bear the idea of causing harm to someone after a near-death experience. I have seen entrepreneurs or cutthroat business people, after experiencing this, realize that competition is foolish. They often transition to professions that help others, such as healthcare, teaching, social work, or becoming spiritual practitioners. In conclusion, exploring the profound impact of near-death experiences reveals a fascinating journey of transformation that extends beyond the spiritual realm. The narratives shared by survivors, coupled with insights from experts like Dr. Janice Holden and Dr. Bruce Grayson, shed light on how these encounters can reshape not only one's spiritual beliefs, but also their physical well-being, social dynamics, and career choices. The enduring nature of these changes, as observed in individuals even in their latter years, emphasize the profound and lasting influence of near-death experiences. As we conclude this exploration, we invite you to ponder the mysteries and insights unveiled by these extraordinary journeys, recognizing the potential for profound shifts in our understanding of life and existence. Thank you for joining us on this thought-provoking exploration.